Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and of course, fellow graduates. There's a t-shirt that many of you will be familiar with. Maybe you've noticed someone wearing one, maybe you even own one yourself, which is emblazoned with the instruction to tell the real CBU story. I was actually given one of these t-shirts a few months ago, and indeed I've worn it numerous times without ever really thinking much about what it says, until very recently, that is. It seems on the eve, on the threshold of graduation, I've been given one final assignment: to analyze and discuss the CBU experience, placing it in the context of students' personal accounts while addressing the importance and value of higher education. In short, I have to tell the real CBU story, whatever that may be. Well, now let's see. Of course, there's no one single CBU story. There are as many stories as there are students, and all are unique in their own ways. My own CBU story is a little bit different, but is no more important or less important than anyone else's. I was what most would call a mature student, although this does depend a little on one's definition of the word mature. Having returned to the world of academia after nearly 20 years in what students would refer to as the real world. More than anything else, my time there led me towards one undeniable conclusion: that for me, something was missing. Though happily married, with 2 great kids, and a successful run working overseas, I always felt that the important step of a university education was necessary for me in order to fully realize the part of myself that was incomplete. So finally, after many years of just talking about it, and after many months of threatening to actually do it, my family and I pulled up stakes and moved here, ostensibly so that I could attend CBU and fulfill my goal of further education. In this respect, I am only one among a growing number who've traveled great distances to study at CBU. The university's reputation has increased greatly over the past few years, as evidenced by the steadily rising number of international students, many of whom are graduating here today. With students from as far afield as Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and even North Sydney, CBU now boasts a truly international student body, which ranks it among the progressive universities in Canada. Of course, let's not forget students from closer to home, and especially those from Cape Breton, whose presence at the university helped make it the friendly and welcoming institution that it is. Being from away, I was struck from the beginning by the sense of community and the genuine openness of fellow students. And this friendly atmosphere is just one of the reasons that the CBU experience is such a special one. You know, after so many years of working, I couldn't wait to get going with my studies. In honor of being a student again, I grew my hair long, stopped shaving regularly, and dusted off old rock and roll t-shirts in an effort to blend in. I remember walking into one of my first ever classes and seeing the other students sitting behind their desks made me feel excited to be one of them. Then a girl said, "Excuse me, are you the professor?" So much for blending in. But it does show another side of the student experience at CBU, and that's the easy relationship that faculty and staff have with their students. With smaller class sizes, professors are always approachable and ready to help. That they all know their students by name is the rule rather than the exception at CBU. The intimate classroom environment led, in my opinion, to greater discourse and an improved learning experience. I was continually surprised and challenged by professors who obviously knew their stuff and were happy to share it, both inside and outside the classrooms. I think now would be a good time to show our collective appreciation for the hard work and dedication of the faculty and staff of CBU. I'd like to ask the faculty to stand, please. And I'd ask my fellow graduates to join me in a round of applause. Thank you all. Your efforts are appreciated, believe it or not. As I mentioned before, there are many real CBU stories, and all are unique. Whatever your program of study, whether active in athletics, the student union, dramatics, or other clubs and societies, whether from Cape Breton or elsewhere, whether you're 20 years old or a supposedly mature student, CBU has a place for everyone. But regardless of these differences, all the CBU stories of those graduating today share the common elements of friendship, community, support, knowledge, growth, wisdom, and above all, success, and all are real. Now, fellow graduates, I have some advice for you for what it's worth. As someone who's experienced the real world firsthand, let me say this. I know that most, if not all of you, are anxious to get on with your lives and leave the world of CBU and education behind. Not so fast. Please do not think that because you receive your degree today, your education is finished. I would argue that in many ways, it's only just beginning. However, because of your time at CBU, you're now better equipped to deal with some of the realities that you'll face out there. No, you probably won't need to write 3,000-word essays as part of your job, but you will need to keep your thoughts organized, and you will need to communicate those thoughts in order to work effectively. Obviously, if you're here today, you can do that. And bosses are not much like professors. They're not likely to excuse an absence because your team won. And the penalty for late work in real life is a lot higher than 10% off your grade. But then you knew that already. You can, however, feel secure in the fact that you've accomplished something great and that you now possess valuable tools that will help you to succeed. It is a big step you're taking today, but it is only one of many more steps to come. So I hope you like walking. It took me 20 years to see the significance of this moment that we share now and to realize my goal of further education. So most of you have me beaten. Use that head start you've been given and achieve your dreams. Take what you've learned and the confidence you've gained into that oh so real of worlds and become whatever it is you wish. But above all, be yourselves, be happy, and good luck. Thank you.